Good evening from New York. I'm Chris Hayes. As Donald Trump flirts with a 30% approval rating, he is telling the American people to their faces, day in, day out, that he is done pretending to care about what they think. He doesn't care about the midterms. He does not care about your financial situation. All that stuff you promised in the campaign, that's just the stuff you have to say to get elected. Donald Trump cares about three things, I think: enriching himself and his family, using the power of the state to seek retribution on those who cross him, and putting his name and his face on as many things as possible. And honestly, no one should be surprised, because Donald Trump has been telling us all along just who he is and what he's about. I mean, almost literally. Do you remember the poem, The Snake? Trump would weirdly recite it at all the campaign rallies. It was supposedly about scary immigrants, but anyone even paying half attention could see that the guy was telling everyone who he was, and his supporters just ate it up.
Who has heard the poem called The Snake?
Has anybody ever heard The Snake? This is The Snake, and people love it, and I do it if people want to hear it.
I read this the other day, and I said, wow, that's really amazing. It's called The Snake. Should we do The Snake or not? Get me the snake, please. The snake. Should I do it or not? Should I? On her way to work one morning, down the path along the lake, a tender-hearted woman saw a poor, half-frozen snake. Interesting. His pretty-colored skin had been all frosted with the dew. Oh, well, she cried, I'll take you in, like we're doing. Take me in, oh tender woman. Take me in, for heaven's sake. Take me in, oh tender woman, sighed the broken snake. She clutched him to her bosom. You're so beautiful, she cried. But if I hadn't brought you in by now, oh heavens, you would have died. She stroked his pretty skin again and kissed and held him tight. But instead of saying thank you, that snake gave her a vicious bite.
I saved you, cried the woman, and you've bitten me. But why?
You know your bite is poisonous, and now I'm going to die. Oh, shut up, silly woman, said the reptile with a grin. You knew damn well I was a snake before you took me in.
The snake doesn't just bite the woman. The snake says, shut up, you silly woman. The snake reveals in the moment that he's killing the woman, like, this was a con all along. I don't care. You knew damn well I was a snake when you let me in. And here we are. We're at that moment in the story. Because yes, we did. Donald Trump was a snake, and we did let him in twice. And now he is biting us over and over and over and basically calling us stupid. His second term has turned into an absolute feast of corruption and vindictive prosecution and self-aggrandizement. We watch as he awards himself a $1.8 billion slush fund for him and the January 6th insurrectionists and Lord knows whoever else. And the ballroom he's building, where the East Wing used to be, that he wants $1 billion of your dollars for. Or this renovation of the Lincoln Memorial Reflecting Pool, where Trump's guy got a no-bid contract from the government because they had to rush quick and finish it before the 4th. We're learning about the president's stock trading, which is on a level that no one has ever seen from a politician anywhere, including Congress. 3,700 transactions in the first 3 months of this year. Oh, it's an outside firm that handles those trades, he says. So it must be sheer coincidence, for instance. His portfolio is filled with the same companies whose CEOs went to China with him, or with Dell Computer. Earlier this year, more than $1 million worth of stock was bought for the Trump org. Then Donald Trump went out and told everyone, literally, go buy a Dell. Then yesterday, the Pentagon announced a $9.7 billion contract with, wait for it, yes, you got it, Dell Computer. A $10 billion deal. And in after-hours trading tonight, their stock was up almost 40%. Now, Dell says they won the contract fair and square. You can decide whether you find that credible. Today, ProPublica published this report saying that Peter Navarro, Trump advisor, a guy who actually did prison time, a guy who helped plot January 6th, a guy who might get money from that fund, appealed directly to the Trump administration to loan a North Carolina startup company more than $600 million. Again, the size that we're talking about of the graft, of the corruption, is like incomprehensible. $600 million. That was 3 months after the venture capital firm of Donald Trump Jr. took a stake in that same company. What a coinky-dink. Well, Don Jr. and the Pentagon say those relationships had nothing to do with the deal. ProPublica reports that DOD staffers were tasked with working around the clock to get the loan, and as one DOD official, granted anonymity, told the outlet, and I quote, "The call came from the White House. We have to get this done." And all of this happens. And as all of this happens, the man and his bootlickers are busy plastering his name and his face on everything. Today we learned Trump is trying to print a $250 bill with his own face on it, like the U.S. passports with his face that are apparently coming this summer to those who are unfortunate enough to live in the D.C. area. He's mused about having himself carved in Mount Rushmore. He had the Palm Beach airport named after him, also with a generous licensing agreement that allows him to profit from all the merch they sell there. He's floating the idea of renaming Washington Dulles Airport after himself as well. He wants New York Penn Station to become Trump Station. His name is already on the Kennedy Center in D.C. The stenciled name that they put up there is the Donald J. Trump and the John F. Kennedy Memorial Center. Only memorial for one, we would imagine. He did the same thing with the U.S. Institute of Peace. It's now the Donald J. Trump Institute of Peace, and everywhere you look in D.C., his face is all over the banners. The Department of Labor, he got his own face blown up right next to Teddy Roosevelt. The USDA put him up next to a banner of Abraham Lincoln. Union Station, there are banners depicting Trump as a construction worker, thanking him for his recent renovation work. Most offensively, banners of the leader's face hang on the Department of Justice itself, an institution that he has corrupted beyond recognition and which now acts as an attack dog for the president, going after anyone who crosses him with the full force of the most powerful state on earth. Going after people like the former director of the FBI. Of course, last night we learned about the investigation into the case of E. Jean Carroll, the woman who very credibly accused Donald Trump of rape, the woman who sustained what she said in front of a civil jury. Donald Trump is intent on punishing those he deems to have crossed him. He's gorging on power and corruption. He's using our government as full extension of himself. And here's the thing. He's at the point where he's not just pretending to be some broken snake. He's not frozen. He's not trying to be anything else. No, this is the point in the story when he tells us all. And he bites us. And I gotta say, no one can say they are surprised by any of it.